Hello everyone, this is Ms. Driscoll, and today we're going to learn some tips and tricks to doing online research, specifically in regards to our second grade Humanities project. So first of all, we need to have the tools we need. Everyone is going to need a pencil, preferably with an eraser, and I have a graphic organizer you can use. If for some reason we don't have graphic organizers, there's always scratch paper in the computer lab, so you can write down some notes. But a graphic organizer is a great route because it really helps you organize as you are writing your notes, and that makes it easier to use these notes for something else later. So first thing you do is you put your name on it, and the second thing you do is you put your topic on it. I've chosen to do a little research on the country of Japan. Well, the culture. So let's go to Google. Here we are on Google, and I'm going to type in Japan and press enter. Oh, notice you don't need to use a capital letter, but you do have to spell it correctly. And I'm going to look at my results, and I need to look at my results and think, are some of these more useful than others? For example, the Japan Wikipedia page, if I click on that, oh my goodness, it is, guys, it's very long. This might not be the best resource for me to use because it's very long and it's using words like stratovolcanic archipelago. That is a little much for second grade. So I'm not going to use that resource first. That's not my first choice. The second thing is a news article, and I don't think that's going to help me very much. It can give me some clues, but it's not really about my topic. So I'm not sure that just searching the country's name was the best choice. So I'm going to add something to my search term. I'm going to search for kids, because maybe this will give me some information that is more kid-friendly, and it doesn't use words like stratovolcanic archipelago. Archipelago? Feel free to correct me in the comments. Okay, so when I search Japan for kids, the first result is called Kids Web Japan, and the URL is web-japan.org/kidsweb/. And there are some other resources like National Geographic Kids Japan, Time for Kids Japan. I recognize those as sources I can trust. So if it is kid-friendly and it's from a source you think you can trust, I would click on those resources first, and I would use those before other resources. I'm also going to show you how to search some of the specific topics. For example, I need to search about shelter. Well, shelter is a bit of a tough word. What if I don't know what shelter means? I can look it up in a dictionary, but you can also use Google as a dictionary. So I'm going to type in the verb define, because that tells Google you are looking for a definition, you are looking for the meaning of a word, and then I'm going to type that word in. S-H-E-L-T-E-R. You have to spell it correctly. You don't have to use capital letters in a search engine, but you gotta spell it correctly. Shelter. A place giving protection from bad weather or danger, and it sounds like it might mean the same as maybe home or house. So I'm going to look up Japan shelter, and I'm also going to add the 4 kids so that I get a kid-friendly website. So there's webjapan.org virtual house or housing, food, and clothes. I like that one because that heading, I also have food and clothing on my graphic organizer. And I'm going to skim this and see what information I can find out. So I've got some very important information off of this webpage. For one thing, I did see some words I didn't know. For example, I saw the word tatami, especially the phrase tatami floor. I don't know what a tatami floor is. So I'm using the strategy of reading ahead, and I see that tatami are mats made of a thick base of rushes and have been used in Japanese homes since about 600 years ago. So that's cool, and here is a picture of what that looks like. I can also add some of the details from this web page onto my graphic organizer, and I can add the URL of this web page, which is up here, to my graphic organizer, so I can go back and find this same information later or use this resource to get other kinds of information. So as I finish writing, as I fill in more and more, you don't need to get all of the information from the same resource. You can use more than one resource, and chances are we will have to use more than one resource. That's why we want to keep track of what information came from what resource.